Previously on the Transformers.
Do whatever it takes to ensure the lost helpless balance operational brothers in arms are remembered, not as humble prisoners, but as martyrs.
Look at Grimlock. He defied Prime, went off looking for a cure to Nucleon, the stuff that left him unable to transform, and others a mental or physical wreck. And you know what? I envy him.
Its image. The wreckers are horrified at what they see. The once beautiful, bustling city of San Francisco, reduced to a desert. One of the jewels of Europe, Paris, reduced to ash. And Tokyo, one of the powerhouse cities of the Eastern world, reduced to nothing.
At last. Really? What must one do to get some attention around here? We now return to the Transformers.
As several nuclear warheads launch from the ruins of Earth, Megatron's laughter fills the cockpit of the Autobot shuttle as the wreckers scramble to try to get out of the way from the incoming rockets, only to have their shuttle obliterated. On Earth's surface, an army of lobotomized Autobots and Decepticons march forward at the behest of Megatron.
Onward! I am eager to see if our uninvited guests survived our warm welcome after all this time. I could do with some sport!
The maniacal mad tyrant of Earth comes across several escape pods from the Autobot shuttle.
See there! Yes, escape pods, with room for 7, perhaps 8 Cybertronian life forms. Autobots! Find them! Run them to the ground! Let no acre of this raised land remain unscrutinized! Show them there is no hiding place, no respite from the dire judgment of Megatron! Then bring them to me, in what condition I care not, that I might drink in the last drops of dread in their optics before I snuff out their miserable sparks. Go!
The Decepticon leader bellows at his lobotomized army, clearly losing his mind the longer he stays on this world. As the mindless drones tell Megatron we obey, he just turns and basks at his army.
Instant, unquestioning obedience. I should have lobotomized the lot of you centuries ago.
Turning to his treacherous second-in-command.
All but you, Starscream. You alone of my unliving chattel remain a speck of cognitance. Why? Why?
The tyrant rambles to his brainless second-in-command.
Because I want you eternally aware of your situation and unable to affect it in the slightest. This special torment I reserve for all who oppose or defy me. Isn't that so, Ratchet?
70-something miles to the northeast, the wreckers regroup and analyze their situation, while Broadside is being attended to by Rack and Ruin, the group's medic. Turning to Cup, Springer asks if he's all right. He hasn't said 2 words since they've landed on Earth.
Pretty far from it, Springer. Look at it all. How in the name of Primus did we let this happen? We? Yeah, we. Sure, Megatron may have pushed the button marked Armageddon, but if we hadn't turned our collective backs on Earth, if we had picked up after ourselves properly in the first place, all of this could have been averted.
Maybe. But what's done is done. It's down to us to fix. Well, whatever's left to fix. When the Wreckers Air Force Whirl interjects and says we have Decepticons coming from the east. Several 100 million light years away from Earth, a shuttle comes careening out of a portal.
Nebulos. Doesn't look like much. Then again, not expect much either. Feel like another dead end.
Grimlock mutters to himself as he watches a small monitor.
Computer, replay science log slug. Maybe this time me understand.
As the video plays, it talks about how the Nebulos and Cybertronians were able to use Headmaster technology, but it had flaws. It was not a perfect union. Version 2.0 of the process is at an early stage, but it does yield more promising results than the previous version.
Still as clear as Medulian drift mud. But if process work for headmasters, no reason can't work for Grimlock too. Borks give me new body. Like old body, which means to change modes. Maybe help poor Slag too. And others.
As the Dinobot leader sits down in his chair at the controls.
We see. Probably just fancy talk. Like always. Computer, disengage autopilot and lay in course for Korlaja Spaceport.
Warning, imminent treaty violation. Flight plant countervenes current quarantine regulations imposed by executive order of Optimus Prime.
Like me care, already broken more than my fair share of rules and regulations. One more can't hurt.
The leader of the Dinobots quirks to himself. Back on Cybertron, Trailbreaker walks into Ultra Magnus's office, telling him he has an update on that missing shuttle, and he is not gonna like what he's found out. Turns out, Cup and the Wreckers have stolen the shuttle for an unauthorized mission. Asking Magnus, "Do you want me to notify Optimus Prime?" Magnus just turns in his chair.
No, at least not yet. See what more you can find out first. The shuttle's range is limited, so they must have had outside help.
Trailbreaker turns on his heel and goes to complete his mission given by Ultra Magnus, as the Autobot Supreme Commander finally snaps and lets his rage out.
Damn you, Cop! You think it's easy for me? You think I don't want to be out there running down this tyrant or that megalomaniac? It's what I'm built to do! But the rules have to be followed. Examples have to be set. Otherwise, it's just a slow slide back into anarchy. And you keep putting me in an impossible position.
Back on Earth, the Wreckers find a functioning satellite dish in the barren landscape of America.
Well, open, exposed, but it looks intact. Question is even Earth's most powerful radio transmitter powerful enough to reach Cybertron in time to do the slightest bit of good?
Worth a shot anyway. Sandstorm, anything yet? Springer radios one of the Wrecker patrols. As they report, yes, they do have something on the horizon. Several Decepticon lobotomites, and they have been sighted. As the Decepticons give chase. Okay, remember, keep them interested, but do not engage. Repeat, do not engage. Cup, Whirl, we're go. Wreck and rule! As Springer, Cup, and Whirl make their way towards the satellite dish, more Decepticons come over the horizon, where Cup breaks away. As Springer starts to protest, Cup just yells back.
Get it done! Get the message sent! Me? I'm gonna take some names!
On Nebulos at the Korja spaceport, Grimlock's shuttle finally lands.
Strange! Wasn't so long ago we not welcome here. Expected some kind of reaction, even resistance.
Grimlock says to himself as he looks around, making his way towards city ruins.
But nothing, no one. Come too far, gone too far, to go away empty-handed. Maybe find answers in city.
As he walks through the gates of the city to find nothing but a space bridge.
Or not. Me start to think something happened here. Something bad. And me walk right in.
Grimlock is cut off by several Nebulans on little security speeders shooting at him. Taking aim at them.
Not listening, maybe not receiving. No choice, have to defend myself. But
As the Nebulans continue to fire at Grimlock, he hesitates.
maybe there's still some light. Me not cross.
Back on Earth,
Skywarp, you should have stayed dead.
Cup spits as he shoots at Skywarp, who teleports away.
Save me the trouble of... Huh? Oh no. I forgot you could do that.
As Skywarp blasts Cup, knocking him unconscious, where a lobotomized rat bat flies up. Back on Nebulos,
Can't take.
Grimlock mutters to himself as he starts getting blasted by more and more fire from the nebula.
Much more.
As a mighty powerful blast finally hits Grimlock in the chest, slamming him into the wall, knocking him unconscious. As Cup finally comes back online from his small stasis nap, wondering where he is, he looks up to see Ratchet's face staring at him.
Ratchet?
The old-timer questions as he gets up. Megatron just simply smiles.
Yes and no. The once and former medic is now little more than a living component of my battle sled. Seen, but never heard. Why am I still alive? Good question. Because I suppose I like to gloat. We do, us despots. And you are now my audience.
Quirps the mad tyrant.
So, Cup, what do you think of all I have wrought on planet Earth? Yeah, well done with that. You're the absolute ruler of a dead world. Rah, rah. You think all this is about conquest? Oh, no. No. I was bored. I had time to kill, literally. Psychiatrists would probably call it a cry for attention.
Cup just stares at the demented tyrant.
You see, I know only too well what your little wrecker friends are doing at Goldstone. Why else do you think I left the transmitter in such good shape? I want someone, anyone, to get a message to Cybertron, but most of all, to Optimus Prime!
Bellows the lonely tyrant. Elsewhere in the Mojave Desert, Rack and Ruin come across a group of humans who round the bend. As soon as they see the Cybertronian, they freak out and start running. As Rack and Ruin try to grab their attention and tell them we're friendly, Topspin stops them.
Guys, put yourself in their place. They've had anywhere up to 21 years of this living hell. Nothing to us, an eternity to them. Probably why they don't want to stick around and chew the fat with us.
The conjoined Cybertronian twins attempt anyway.
But we gotta try. We owe them that much, surely.
As an energy bolt of lightning lands before the conjoined twins' feet, stopping them in their tracks.
Back off! I'm Circuit Smasher, and you're crashing out!
And that, wicked viewers, has been part 3 of Transformers ReGeneration One, a continuation of the original 1980s Marvel comic. I don't truly know what to say about this issue other than Megatron is an insane genius, thinking of all these possibilities. Of course, he's had 20 years to just sit there and mull it over, so yeah. It's kind of frightening that Cup and the Wreckers are playing right into Megatron's cold mechanical hands. Circuit Smasher at the end of this video is technically the retcon of Circuit Breaker because Marvel technically owns the rights to one of our greatest characters in Transformer history, and we can't ever use her or any of her teammates because of, well, legality reasons and loopholes, because she appeared in a background panel for another Marvel comic before she made her real debut in the Transformer comic. So due to that technicality of being a background panel character, we lost the coolest chick in Transformer history besides Miko from Transformers Prime. Miko was just fucking badass. And with that being said, I don't really have anything else to add to the end of this video. So, if you are able to find a physical and or digital copy of this series, which you'll probably have more luck buying a physical copy for a pretty penny, unfortunately. But like I said, if you can get a copy of this, do please get it for yourself because it's a really good read. It has awesome artwork. I really like the writing. I hope what I'm doing is conveying some of the tone the characters have, or at least the way I perceive the characters to have. And as always, this is Fishie 22.8, logging off. Thank you for spending your time with me, Wicked Peoples. Later.